Alright, what's up guys? So for my book rant, I chose the book The Call of the Wild by Jack London. Now the big question is to read or not to read. I suggest you guys, my classmates, to go read this book. As a matter of fact, go out right now and buy this book for the low price of $1. You guys will actually be thanking me. So before I list my reasons on why you guys should read this book, let me give you a brief summary so you guys can get an understanding of what it's all about. So here's how it all goes down. The book is based around a main character named Buck. Life for Buck is nothing less than sweet. He is a gentle-handed domestic dog that is physically impressive and portrays human-like attributes like having dignity and being very intelligent. Buck lives a lavish life in Santa Clara, California with his owner, Judge Miller. Buck's time doesn't last long at all, when one day he is off for a stroll and gets kidnapped due to his great attributes. He is then put on the black market and sold for dog slavery. Now, this isn't good at all. During this time period, which is the 1800s, the gold rush was happening. This means people were hungry for some money and needed big, healthy, strong dogs to pull the weight of the heavy sleds through miles and miles of ice. Buck then was forced to join a pre-existing dog team led by a character named Spitz, which is a bullying husky dog. The chore work begins immediately for Buck, and Buck learns fast from the other dogs. In time, he starts to become wilder and losing sight of home back in Santa Clara. Tensions develop between Buck and Spitz. Buck is very hungry for power and is ready to strip Spitz for his title. While hunting a rabbit one night, the two end up fighting to the death. Buck, of course, wins and then becomes the leader. After 2 round trips, the dogs are exhausted and overworked. Francito and Perlot, which are the leaders of the dog team, are very proud of their team, having just set the record for making the most runs. But as things don't always go good, Francito and Perlot are told to sell the dogs because new ones are coming. So the team sold the dogs to a group of tenderfoots named Hal, Charles, and Mercedes, looking to strike it rich. They have no idea how to work with the dog team. Hungry and overworked, one of the dogs start to die. The remainings pull to the camp of John Thornton. Buck falls wildly in love with John Thornton, who immediately recognizes that Buck is one of their kind. So what Buck likes is that he can finally relate to somebody, and because he hasn't been able to relate to anybody since the time he got kidnapped. So under John's influence, comforted by his 2 other dogs, Skeet and Nig, Buck begins to heal. Buck does many great things for John, like save his life on many occasions and make round trips, making John a lot of money. Buck starts to fall in love with making trips and on the trail, and he becomes more and more wild. He starts to sleep away from the camp, and he uses his own instincts, like watching out for himself and killing his own food. This pattern continues until one day, Buck returns to the camp to find everyone killed. Nig, Mercedes, Skeet, everybody dead. So after he finds everybody dead by the Yehots, which is a Native American tribe, he goes into a rage and he kills everybody. He kills all the Yehots. And yeah, that's what happened. That's pretty much the summarization of the story. So now into my reasons on why you guys should read this book is, first of all, Jack London did an amazing job putting me and the readers in suspense, making me very anxious and excited to see what will happen
Buck
next.
knew the time had come. It was to the death. As they circled about, snarling ears, laid back, Buck's instincts took over.
This made this book 10 times better, because if it wasn't like that, then I'd probably switch my book and I'd probably fail this project. So another reason is due to the great moral story embedded into the actual story. Buck was a tame, gentle dog during the time he lived in California. Buck was then kidnapped and was faced with many difficult situations. Even though Buck hasn't been in any of these difficult jobs and conflicts, like pulling a sleigh across the Northern Territories or fighting off a pack of vicious wolves, he made the best of the situation he had, and he took on various leadership roles, like being the lead dog of a sleigh team or showing his dominance. The moral story behind this is to make the best of what you have, even if you haven't been in a situation like that. Just take over and do your best. And Buck was open in revolt. He wanted to be the leader. It was his by right. He had earned it, and he would not be content with less. The last reason why you guys should go read this awesome book is due to the marvelous vivid imagery Jack London used throughout the book. So as you can see, he included many pictures and visuals that help me, and it can help the reader to understand, you know, what's going on, and I really like that. So yeah, in conclusion, we can see The Call of the Wild is a great book for many reasons, as was listed, from the great action to the awesome moral story, and then to the great vivid imagery. So to read or not to read, I suggest you guys, my classmates, to go read this book. It's a reader. You guys will love it. Thank you for watching my video, and bye. The book The Call of the Wild by Jack London. Now the big question is to read or not to read. What? Fudge!
Are you stupid, bro?
This guy's face, he's like...
This guy's face.